Kaduna State takes to the street in protest over the relentless terrorist attacks plaguing the community. On the foreign scene, Egypt says it is working on a comprehensive vision for the reconstruction of the war-torn Gaza Strip that guarantees Palestinians the right to stay on their land. These are what we come to you shortly. Do stay with us. And now the news in full. The Nigerian on Wednesday passed 4 bills after recommitting them to the committee of the whole. They are Northwest Development Commission, Southwest Development Commission, Southeast Development Commission, and the National Youth Service Corps Trust Fund establishment bills. Corresponding to the leader of the Senate, Bamidele, moved a motion for the recommittal, calling that the bills passed and forwarded to the Clerk of Transmission. President Tinubu. Senator Bamidele said the action of the lawmakers rely on Orders 1, subsection B, and 52 of Senate Standing Rules, 52 of the Senate Standing Orders. He specifically mentioned clauses 14, 15, 4, 1, the respective bills before the Senate resolved in the Committee of the Whole.
Recalls that the following bills were passed by the Senate and the House of Representatives and were forwarded to the Clerk to the National Assembly for onward transmission to the President and Commander-in-Chief for assent, namely 1. Northwest Development Commission Establishment Act Amendment Bill 2025, 2. Southwest Development Commission Establishment Bill 2025, 3. Southeast Development Commission Establishment Act Amendment Bill 2025, 4. National Youth Service Corps Trust Fund Establishment Bill 2025.
In his remark after the passage, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, thanked the lawmakers and the entirely establishment.
The establishment and the committee of the whole for working on these amendments expeditiously in order to bring the various regional development bills in tandem with the provisions of the Nigerian Constitution, particularly Section 162, which clearly states that all funds accruing to the Federation be paid into the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation.
In the wake of the central bank policy to charge 100 naira on every 20,000 naira transaction on different banks' automated teller machines, Nigerians have expressed disapproval of the policy. In conversation with correspondent Nabuchi Kinabuchi in Abuja, residents emphasized that the policy is likely to negatively impact the livelihood of the common man. The reports.
The policy is barely 24 hours and Nigerians vehemently condemned it, saying it will cause unwarranted hardship for the poor Nigerians. Those who spoke lamented that the current government's minimum wage falls short of providing decent standard of living, let alone their burden this monetary policy on the citizens.
That fair to the Nigerian, because now inflation is everywhere, and apart from the inflation that is everywhere, and we are now talking of withdrawal from the ATM. Formerly is 35 naira and now is 100. It's too much for us to bear, especially Nigerian, the poor masses. Because the way I'm looking at it, okay, what of the POS who has been the ones that is assisting us even with this 100 naira for each withdrawal, especially the little money that is less than 10,000. Now, how will they now charge?
As human, we are all concerned about the policy, because to make the withdrawal from ATM and every 20,000 or so, 100 naira will be deducted from your account. In fact, it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. And as for helping the economy, if that is what will help our economy for a particular country to grow, we must pass through one pain or the other.
Don't have any effect in Nigeria. Rather, they are doing it to favor themselves. They are doing it to favor themselves. And if they continue like that, they are going to read poor man's business. You understand? Whenever you save like 20,000, you want to withdraw, and you have 20,000 to withdraw it, and you have an aim that you want to use that 20,000 for. You see, everything will just collapse.
There were appeals to the federal government to reconsider the policy and explore alternative strategies to stimulate the nation's economy. Concerns were also raised about the implementation of the new policy could exacerbate the existing hardship in the country, potentially leading to a 200% increase on the cost of living. Given the hardship orchestrated by the removal of fuel subsidy, where citizens can hardly meet their daily needs, residents want authorities to take into account the plight of those living in severe poverty. Even a sum as modest as 100 naira can make a significant difference in the daily struggles.
We should look into it and reverse it, because things are not getting easy with anyone, including us in this country. That it should help us to reverse this policy so that we we'll continue to manage it the way it is before. Even that time is not that fair, because the POS, the money they are collecting is much.
For me, for now, they should revise it, because things are very high. It's not been easy for all Nigerians. It's not easy, honestly, especially those who are not even working. Then talk of those who are working, even the wage is not enough to take us from a bus stop to our houses.
Some people, their salary cannot take them to the working. They are going 2 days, 2 days off, 3 days on. Some even sleep in the place of work because of the money. Now they are trying to collect from them again. What are the government meant for? Is it for to exploit the masses? They're supposed to listen to the reply of the masses.
The release of the circular signed by the acting director of the Financial Policy and Regulations Department, John Onoja, for many is a far cry from the government's promise to alleviate the sufferings of the people. According to the circular titled Review of Automated Telemachine Transaction Fees, the CBN eliminated the 3 free monthly withdrawals previously allowed for remote on-us other bank customers, not-on-us customers in Nigeria under Section 10, subsection 6.2 of the Guide for Customers using other banks' ATMs. Under the new directives, withdrawal made from a customer's bank ATM will remain free. However, customers using another bank's ATM will now be charged 100 naira per 20,000 naira withdrawal when using ATMs located within bank premises. For withdrawals made at off-site ATMs, a charge of 100 naira per 20,000 withdrawal will apply, along with a surcharge of up to 500 naira. The surcharge, which will be an income of the ATM deployer's acquirer, must be disclosed at the point of withdrawal. The surcharge will then be an income to the ATM deployer acquirer, must be disclosed at the point of withdrawal. The CBN also stated that international ATM withdrawal will be charged at the exact rate set by the international acquirer. Attributing the review of rising costs and the need to enhance ATM operations efficiency, it said the review is expected to accelerate the deployment of ATMs and ensure that appropriate charges are applied by financial institutions to the of the service. Well, analysts are of the opinion that the policy should be reversed as a huge and yearly impact on the economy. The ball is now in the court of the government.
Now we have Dr. Peter Adamu, economist and a financial expert, who joins us via Zoom to discuss more on this topic. Thank you so much for being a part of the news at this time.
Good evening, and thank you for having me.
All right, so the Central Bank of Nigeria has announced a major revision to its automated fees, effectively eliminating the true monthly withdrawals previously granted to customers using other banks. As an economist, what will be your
thank you very much for this question. Nigerians will always, each time there's government policy, especially policy that will, make them to pay for whatever they want to consume. This policy actually is coming reaction because, for instance, people deal with cash, do their activity using cash, while those that are rich, basically they use online transactions, they use their ATM code and similar transactions method to make it. So this policy will actually hurt the poor, especially people that are struggling hand to mouth, people that depend on agricultural products to get. They do not have POS or ATM or whatever to do the transactions. So people that are maybe earning 70,000 naira, they will actually have to complain naturally, because if you move charges from 70,000 naira, it means that they are going to end up having 69,000 income at the end of the day. So naturally they complain, because that has a way to explain whatever they consume, they have to pay more to, in a way, increase inflation for the poor. And again, it means that people are banking bank, because I know I don't have to pay the 100 naira for 200 naira withdrawal. You will long queue now to face ATM, because people will to go to their mother banks to withdraw rather than withdraw in sister bank. So that in a way will take away man hour. People will leave the place of work to go and queue to get money and productive in a way. So see that will promote efficiency in terms of maintaining the ATMs for the banks. If you go with an ATM of First Bank to withdraw money in Union, means that maintaining the ATM is the responsibility of the that you're drawing from, and your bank actually will not have to do that. So in a way, banks will have the charges, the surcharge that they are going to charge individuals, they use it to maintain their ATMs. But by and large, poor people will be affected by this, because it will have a way to reduce their purchasing power.
Do you share the same opinion to the changes to a rise in operational cost and the need to improve ATM efficiency across the country, as customers would have to pay more?
Yeah, actually, if you look at it from the point of view of efficiency, you would say that the CBN is now considering the banks also, because bank operations these days is increasing. The cost of operating bank activities is increasing. And if you continue to bring up policies that will actually not assist the banks to continue operations, you to have epileptic services. We saw that actually in some banks where you go to the ATMs functioning because of problems like that. So in December, the CBN had to force so many of the banks to make sure they have cash in their ATMs. But that in a way really did not all go well for the banks, because anything that has to do with maintenance was actually being borne by them. So this, in a way, will support the banks and give them some level of respite in terms of maintaining their ATMs and ensure better service delivery to the people. But in terms of the users of the ATMs, they always complain. But as far as the bank is concerned, the CBN actually have given them a leverage so they can get more money to maintain the ATM machines and promote efficiency generally in terms of this cash in ATM machines across the country.
This moves align with the CBN's broader strategy promotes digital banking dependence on cash transactions, a recurring theme in recent financial sector reforms.
Ultimately, I think this is towards promoting digital banking. The CBN want to spend less money printing cash, so they are trying to see how more key into online banking or whatever banking that don't have to do with cash. So because printing cash also is very expensive, so CBN is bringing up policies to encourage people. The problem is the CBN actually have not come up with policies to assist rural bankers, because so many of the people living in communities and rural areas, they are included in the banking sector, especially now that people depend so much on cash. So the CBN also, aside bringing this policy to encourage online banking, must go to the original plan of ensuring that people that live in rural areas, they are also included to the banking activities, or else this policy actually will suffer a major setback, and the people that will connect online banking, usual people, with their transactions going on in earnest in communities who have local markets, scattered everywhere in the country. So the CBN must come up with policies to encourage those categories of people to also embrace online banking, so that printing of cash will reduce over time. But if CBN continue to bring up policies without considering rural dwellers, I think the policies will actually not achieve the desired goal. Rather, we'll continue to go back and front in these policies. But they must come up with deliberate policies to encourage rural dwellers to key into whatever policy that they are doing for the benefit, for the betterment of the economy.
Thank you so much for being a part of the news at this time. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me, as always.
And that was Dr. Peter Adamu, an economist and a financial expert, and now to carry the rest of the stories. Residents of Angwan Ate in Kachia local government of Kaduna State took the street in protest on Wednesday, blocking the Kachia-Kaduna highway against the relentless terrorist attacks plaguing the community. The protesters, which were mostly youth, decried the increasing wave of banditry that has left them in fear for their lives. According to residents, gunmen stormed the community on Monday night, operating for over 2 hours without any intervention from security forces despite multiple distress calls. The angry demonstrators questioned why insecurity persists in Kachia despite its high concentration of military and security operations. They lamented the daily attacks that have resulted in numerous deaths, kidnappings, and spread fear. They lost uncountable souls to these attacks. Many of the community members have been kidnapped, suffering for forces they know nothing about, as they can no longer go to their farms or sleep peacefully at night. And still in Kaduna State, Kaduna community under Gorak Trade Association, government area of the state, have expressed surprise over the by the Kaduna Market Development and Management Company to demolish their shops. Traders in Godingora markets in their numbers shut down the market in protest, carrying plaques with different descriptions describing their pains and frustration. Fielding questions from newsmen, businessmen from the Godingora Trade Association expressed dissatisfaction with the planned demolition of the market by the Kaduna Market Development Company. They noted that timing is right, as many Nigerians are grappling with severe economic hardship, and the decision appears insensitive to the struggles of ordinary.
Most of them here, they are retirees. Most of them, they own the shop, but some went for loan. You just come and demolish this thing now. Our own thing is that if they demolish it now, they build another, are they going to give them? There are people that own the shop. You understand? Easy like that.
We are here to appeal to the governor. Yes. Honorable Governor, the Excellency Governor Ubasani, to our rescue. We learned that the chief of Oningora and has collided with Kaduna State Market Board to take away our market from us, and which we don't want it to happen.
With the Sarki Gonugora, God help us for Gonugora market, because this Gonugora market, who made them suffer? Now here, who made them come out? Cause they see what in the go up with their see offers, see widows, and see people plenty for inside they suffer.
It has come to our notice that Kaduna market has proposed to demolish the market. I use the opportunity to call on the executive of Kaduna State to come to our rescue.
Information we are getting that they are trying to destroy Goningora market. And destroying Goningora market means that you are destroying the economy of Goningora, Luchukun, Kanestat in general. This is young women are getting their daily bread. Why should they come and destroy it? For what reason? For what reason? It's not fair. It's not fair.
And I'll move over to the foreign desk for more news.
This is news from the international scene. Egypt has said it is working on a comprehensive vision for the reconstruction of the war-torn Gaza Strip that guarantees Palestinians the right to stay on their land, a proposal put forward by US President Donald Trump. The Egyptian Foreign Ministry said it hoped to cooperate with the Trump administration to the settlement of the Palestinian cause. It followed Trump's meeting with Jordan's King Abdullah on Tuesday, where he doubled down on his plans for the US to take over Gaza and moved the 2 million Palestinians living there to Jordan, Egypt and other locations. Abdullah said every Arab rejected the idea and that Egypt would present an alternative. Awareness one that any forced displacement of the territory's population would be illegal under international laws and tantamount to ethnic cleansing. It comes amid growing concern that the fighting in Gaza could resume after Israel's Star warned Hamas it would end the ceasefire if the Palestinian armed group does not return our hostages by Saturday. Benjamin Netanyahu issued the ultimatum after Hamas said it was postponing freeing more hostages until further notice, claiming Israel had violated the terms of the ceasefire deal. Sitting alongside King Abdullah at the White House on Tuesday, Trump said there had been great progress on his proposal to take over Gaza.
And that's all we have on Galaxy News. Thank you so much for being a part of the news. My name is Nanwar Ngimazaka. Do well to join us by 9 p.m. for more news. As for now, goodbye.